Scouting is such a big part of Football Manager, but when you have no money, it can become a challenge. So what is going on, and welcome to this episode of the Build a Nation series. If you are new to this series, make sure you do go and check out the playlist and enjoy us building up the nation of Norway. My name is Paul, also known as the Northman. If you are new here, go down and hit that subscribe button. It's very, very welcome. Now, please make sure you do go down into the comments and let me know your views on the content, on the video, and just get a conversation going. Let me know how your scouting has been going in Football Manager. So, scouting with no money. You see we've got a wage budget of nearly 15k still available, and we have 150k in the bank. But we have $500,000 in the red, and we really are struggling financially. So, in my opinion, this summer window is huge to try to keep us in the division, but at the same time, it's got to be a window where we don't spend any money. It's got to be a window where we maybe maximum go up to 30,000 a week, because we can't afford much more than that. I mean, we can't really afford that, to be honest with you. So, but if we go into the scouting side, we can go through what scouting I'm going to be doing and have been doing this window. So first off, recruitment focus page. We are selected for our scouting range as Europe. It's costing us 20,000 a month, but we can afford that for this month and next month. After that, I'll stop it. We'll cut it off after that, because I don't want to overspend. I don't want to run my scouting for the whole year. So we have been doing for the last 2 weeks free soon quality and youth free soon. Now both of them, if we go into it, you can see are players whose contracts are expiring. The difference being this one has 4-star current ability and goes up to the age of 28, and this one goes up to the age of 21 with a 1-star current and 4-star potential. So I'm looking for players whose contracts are running down, whose contracts are expiring in the next month, basically the end of June, and people who we can pick up. Now, I've been looking mainly in the in progress option, because a lot of these are good quality players, and they might, as you can see here, too old. So this guy failed because he's too old, because he's 23. But they're not the worst players. This guy failed, he was too old, he's 22. So they end up in the in progress. You can pick up some absolute gems who maybe just miss out on the recommendations because of just one or two small issues. Maybe they fail the current ability check, but they pass the potential one. Maybe that's someone you can look at picking up. But this was the scouting I've been doing early. Look and see what players are going to be becoming a free transfer at the end of June. Now, after I'd finished off on that one, I cancelled them off, and just they now drop into the completed option. The issue you have normally is you can't see a lot of the players who are in the progress. This was about 50 people big at one point, where now there's only 2 in there. One of them I actually have on loan still, on trial. So I definitely recommend going into the in progress. I did do a video on how to use recruitment focus and just giving you some hints and tips, so make sure you do go and check that out. But now I have activated for the next 8 days a hard working one. So within this one, I'm looking for any player, 4-star current. I want someone whose contract is expiring, but he has a playing style of leader. Now my thinking behind that is I want somebody who can step straight in and be a proper leader for the team and help us steer ourselves away from a relegation battle. And this is a top priority, because I need them on it now, because from the 1st of July we will alter our scouting recruitment again. So we're now on the 2nd of July. The hard working lads, we found 9 near matches. Now that's positive, because some of these players might turn out to be proper good players, and the good thing is all of them will have decent to good determination, good personalities as well, which always is something you want in your team. So I do recommend going through the near matches, the in progress ones, and just seeing who they are recommending, because you are going to get some good hard working players in these lists. But now we are on the hunt for free transfers. So we have an age 15 to 20, then a mid-20s one. So again, all positions from the tactic, age between 15 and 20, a standard one, 1.5 star current ability, 3.5 star potential, and this time we're doing contracts expired. And then the mid-20s one is exactly the same, contracts expired, but between the age of 20 and 30, standard, with 3-star current and 3-star potential. And already you can see we are getting a huge list of people we can go through. 8 recommendations of youngsters, 20 of more experienced people. So this scouting method is working, and we are only doing it for maybe 10, 12 days at a time, then popping on to the next one, because I'm trying to get through as many different options of scouting with my 2 scouts as I can in a short period of time to save money on the monthly scouting range expenditure. So we are now on the 5th of July, and at this point I'm done in terms of my scouting. So for 3 days I had this active, and I've found enough people to work on to see who we can bring in, enough people to focus on for a while, and yeah, we don't need the scouting range anymore, so I will always go down and just turn that off. We're not spending any more money on our scouting. I will also end them, so they will drop over into the completed option. I still have them available there, which is nice, and you can see I've put in a couple of bids on people, which we will look at in a second. One thing to quickly point out, due to the fact of the amount of academy players we have in our squad, we are currently producing 13 players who are playing in the top flight of Norwegian football. We'll take that. We're the 4th best in terms of youth player development, and I'm fairly sure most of them, if not all of them, will be our players. It would be nice if you could hover over that and see exactly who them players are, but we pretty much know who they are. So in terms of transfers then, we've made one transfer which has happened now. The transfer window opens on the 1st of August for us. It's always an issue in Norwegian football if you lose some of your big names to European clubs at the start of July and you've got to wait a month to replace them. But we have brought back another academy player. So started with us in 2008 before going off to Viking and then Red Bull Salzburg, Lazio, Fortuna Dusseldorf, Melbourne, Rennes, Auxerre. But now aged 32 and 57 caps for Kosovo, Valon Berisha has returned to Egerson, and he's a very talented player, mentally fantastic, physically still got it, and technically has the abilities in the right area. So he's come in to join us. He's here for a couple of years. He is on a high wage, but he does have 50% relegation release fee, so if we do go down, we have covered ourselves a little bit. But also, if we're going to transfer some, we do have 2 people coming in on the 1st of July. Both of them are going to go into our youth team. So Noah Kojo comes in from Pors Greenland. They're playing in the 4th tier, I think they are. Yeah, the 4th tier. He looks okay. He's 19 years old. Hopefully he can develop being in our squad, and we'll just see how it goes. But he was worth picking up on a free transfer. And then also again from the 4th tier, from Elverum, joins us Stig Santiago Biernas. He's Cape Verdean stroke Portuguese, but he did come through the academy in Norway. 19 years old, and he looks decent. I honestly think we could develop him into a very solid player with a perfectionist personality. That's what attracted me in there. I think he could be a good player. He doesn't look a world beater now, but age 19 with the perfectionist personality, we can get him training into being a good player. So since you were with us for the HamCam game, let's go through how it's been going. We went through in the Cup with a 2-0 victory with Aarflot getting on the score sheet. Then we played Stabæk away and got 2-0 victory. Knapskog and Midskogen on the score sheet. We then got a 3-1 victory over Arendal in the Cup. Aarflot again in the Cup, and Nizé, our youngster, on the score sheet there. And you can see May, we won every single match. Can't say the same about June. We then started against Brann and lost 1-0 at home. We then went through in the Cup though with a 5-3 victory over Chelsea with a fairly rotated side. Like, I rested a few. Not much. We then played Berda Glimt in the 4th round of the Cup, and even though we were 2-1 up, 1-0 up, 1-1, 2-1 up, they scored in the 97th minute. and they've ended up knocking us out on penalties. We then travelled up to Viking Stavanger and lost the game 1-0. We then lost at home to Salzburg 3-0, and at that point I'm a bit panicky. But we have just beat Vålerenga away from home 3-2. Borussia Orna and Volas on the score sheet. We are sitting in 11th place. We are 6 points clear of Kongsvinger, who are in 14th. So we hold our own. We do have a game in hand, which is today's match. So we could potentially go 9 points clear of the playoff spot, and that would be nice. And Ireland start dropping well away, which is a positive for us because it means we're not tight against all the teams. Two of them are dropping and dropping and dropping. But today's game against Tromsø is going to be huge. We're going with Skjærstein in goal. Larsen, Midtskogen. Let me just double check, make sure there's people not back from injury, because we have had some major injuries recently. No, I think I'm happy with that. So Larsen, Skjærstein, Larsen, Midtskogen, Steinskog, who has signed a new deal. And he, again, another player who's developing really well. 22 years old now. Signed a deal till 2028. He's just a good backup, and his contract is an emergency backup. Always like them contracts. Jørgensen is the inverted fullback because Steinskog can't play right back at all. Jørgensen also signed a new deal till 2029, so it's nice to have two academy players there in our back line. Slaveland, Nazir, Opreya, Borussia in attacking mid, Volas and Orna. I've got to say that the shout out of the whole season so far has to be Nazir. Even though Knapskog as an academy player has been insane, Nazir being 18 years old and coming from Norway to be averaging 7.08 in all competitions so far this season. 10 caps now for the first team. He's doing well. I mean, Knapskog's only 18 as well, but I mean, he's a world-class, one-in-a-generation talent. So let's not compare everyone to Knapskog, or we will abuse the rest of our team constantly. And we don't want to do that. Okay, come on, it would be nice if we can do something for the fans here, because we didn't have a good month in June. In July, we've picked up one victory against Vålerenga, who are just above us. It would be nice if we can do something here. First highlight looks like it's going to be for Tromsø. They are just on the edge of the box. They go to Jensen, to Antonsen, puts a floated ball in. It still is in their possession. They're just outside of our box now, passing it around. They go inside there, edge of the box now, goes out to the left-hand side, ball across. We somehow keep it out, but yeah, that was a risky attack from them there. I was in a bit of a panic. They have a player rolling around on the floor. I'm going to just encourage us. They have a direct free kick, it looks like. Are they going to bend this in, or is it going to go over? Guess we're hoping it's going over. Jensen with the free kick for Tromsø. Saved by Skjærstein. That's a corner now for Tromsø, and it's been all Tromsø in the first 12 minutes of this game. Now, as you can see also on the league table, Tromsø are just behind us, so a victory here could actually take us a few points clear of them as well, which would be welcome. But at the minute, we've not had a single shot, and they've had 5. They've had more possession as well. It's not been a good game for us so far. Another highlight, again for Tromsø. So Norheim goes back to Gomez. He goes inside, back to Gomez. They're passing it back some forwards at the minute. They go back to central defence, now in the midfield, now up to attack. Ball through, Norheim's in. Puts it just wide, but we are getting dominated in this game. Absolutely dominated. One shot. I'm going to say I'm not happy, but also what I think we're going to do is we're going to go to just a standard 4-5-1. And I think Nazir is the attacking, because Borussia can control the game a bit more. Up there, drops back, and Larsen goes to the inverted winger. Our team is set up mostly for that. And then Fanning come on a right back. Okay, a standard 4-5-1, our basic home tactic for the first 2 seasons of this save. We're going to go with for the second half, because it's been all Tromsø so far. So changing tactic is just a basic option there. We have to do something. Okay, do we have a highlight here? Slaveland, Berisha to Orner. Orner's inside the box. He loses it. Belarson to Opreya. Opreya now inside their box. Put it across. He shoots. It hits the bar and goes out for a throw-in. Okay, so we're in the 70th minute. I'm going to go more direct. We're not going to try to play football much at all here. I just want to see us try to actually sneak a victory here. Going attacking as well. 6 shots to 10. So in the second half, we've definitely created a little bit more. And with 10 minutes gone, I'm going to just make a couple of changes. And we're going to take off Larson on the left wing. And Volas on the right wing for Sotta. I think I'm going to bring on Bierlo. And Berisha and go attacking. Bierlo as the more central midfielder. And I think the final change is going to be Orno on a 6.2 for Arflot, our on loan striker from Tromsø. But he can play against his parent club. If he can sneak a goal, it would be very welcome. Now, unfortunately, no one could sneak a goal because the full-time whistle's just gone. And we'll take the point. All the points are welcome. But for a live com, a 0-0 is not really what you want. So we leave you on 14 games played, won 5, drew 3, lost 6. A -8 goal difference. We have 18 points. And at the minute, we're looking like a mid-table side. And I would take that all day long if they want to end the season now. Now, we do have 16 games more to play. So there's a lot of points to play for. But fingers crossed we can keep pushing on. And fingers crossed we can make this into a very boring mid-table season. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.